Coach PJ here. If you want to increase profitability in your business, recognize that the biggest money pit in any business is not doing things right the first time. This can mean rework, delays, and unsatisfied customers. One of the simplest, least expensive, and yet most effective tools you and your team can use to get things done right is a checklist. There's no upfront investment, no training courses, no updates, yet the tool works without fail every time. Checklists ensure consistency and quality. Industries like aviation, construction, and the medical profession rely heavily on checklists to avoid human error in complex projects and procedures. If you're interested in delegating tasks, check out my video on using checklists for delegation to gain additional insights. Checklists differ from to-do lists. Once you're done with that list, you're done with it forever. You check an item off. But checklists are reusable. They're recyclable. They're green. You can repeat the same steps in the process every time you do it. Checklists aren't how-to manuals either. Checklists do not try to spell out everything. A checklist cannot fly a plane. Instead, they provide reminders of only the most critical and important steps, the ones that even the highly skilled professionals using them could not miss. That's from Atul Gawande in his book, The Checklist Manifesto, which I recommend you taking a look at. Here are some tips to boost the power of checklists to get things done right. First, break down big steps into little steps. Once you've identified a routine process in your business, jot down the steps from beginning to end. Note each interaction that takes place, what questions should be asked, and which tasks must be performed in a certain order. Be sure to include any advanced preparations and follow-up activities. Then you'll want to dig deep. Analyze each step carefully to leave no stone unturned. The more you examine the process and describe the right way to perform the steps, the more effective the checklist will be. You'll want to group similar items together, clustering your steps into categories that correspond to phases of the work makes it easier to work through a long checklist and gives the user a sense of where they are in the overall process. Then you'll want to take a test drive. Run the process using the checklist and see if it accurately reflects the process and it captures every step. After you've tested it, have a couple of team members test the checklist and provide feedback. Next, you'll want to make sure every team member has the checklist. Choose a way to distribute the checklist that will work for your team. Create a document and share it, put it in a printed piece or attach a PDF to an email, create a laminated card that fits into a wallet, put together a binder. If you have multiple checklists, make using the checklist a part of your business culture. You'll want to make sure that you emphasize the importance of using the relevant checklist with every customer every time. You can create a catchy name and look for your checklist to make it more memorable. Keep the checklist up to date and modify it when your process changes. Make sure your checklist always reflects the current situation. If one item becomes out of date, the entire checklist loses its usefulness. Your challenge is to look at your business processes and identify processes in your business that are good candidates for checklists. Good candidates have a lot of moving parts. They're prone to error. They might have a long time frame or have several handoffs. And choose your top 3 processes that would benefit from a checklist and get started. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell, and you'll be notified of future videos. Until next time.